Hello everybody, it's GeneralGigan here, stopping back at you with another Minecraft video. In today's video I'll be going over slashes and obtainability in Legend 7.0. But before the video starts, only a small percentage of people are actually subscribed, so if you haven't liked the video, consider subscribing. This is the 20th episode of a video series I'm doing of all the upcoming changes in Legend 7.0. Mostly all characters will be updated to some extent, as well as new gameplay features, mobs, and the biddable Met Kuru himself, so stay tuned. In Legend 7.0, the obtainability for horror characters has slightly changed. To start, when going into the altar, you will no longer need to learn soul harvesting anymore. To get souls, you have to craft the Ring of Embodiment. Once you have crafted it, simply right-click to put it on. To take it off, do /rob off and the item will come back into your inventory if you have room. Once you have the ring, you can kill any mob that has soul essence to harvest their soul. You can either be a superhero or villain. It doesn't matter anymore as long as you have the ring on. Depending on the tier of the mob you kill, this will determine how many souls you get, the higher tiers giving more. However, if you're a horror character, you'll get 2 times souls on top of that. The number of souls required for each horror suit has decreased as well. It's the same way as tokens now, tier 1 being 500 to 1k souls, tier 2 being 2 to 4k souls, tier 3 being 4 to 6k souls, tier 4 being 6 to 8k souls, tier 5 being 8 to 10k souls, and tier 6 being 10 to 12k souls. All horror characters now require materials to craft them as well. Like superheroes and Star Wars characters, depending on the tier of the character, you need its corresponding colored gem. The gems were retextured by Proven Beat to clear up some confusion about people thinking these were the Infinity Stones. They are not. The Shape, aka Michael Myers, is a tier 4 with a defensive high. His alignment is to the dark and his class is Assassin, where you vanish in thin air, avoiding incoming attacks before reappearing moments later elsewhere. He has Strength 3, Speed 2 when sprinting, Jump Boost 2, Fortitude 5, which gives a slight knockback resistance fall damage mitigation reduction of certain damage types, Regeneration 1, where you regen 1 durability every 10 seconds, Stealth, which allows you to vanish in the dark, Pain resistance, where you are fueled by rage and pure evil. This shape has an unnaturally high pain threshold. Due to this, all damage received is reduced by 10%. He also has Terror 25, where you instill fears into your enemies, causing them to tremble. All players within the terror radius are grounded and given the scare debuff. In Legend 7.0, if you want to turn off your terror radius, do /terror on or off. He also has Sinistry 2. Gain power from attacking and wounding others, replenishing durability over time by a factor of the magnitude. The more Sinistry gain, the faster the recovery. This is separate from natural regeneration, meaning your natural regeneration of 1 won't increase at all if your Sinistry is up. When you're far enough away, the username of Michael will vanish. However, if you're uncreative, you will always see this. This applies to all horror characters. He is also immune to poison. Michael's equipped key is his knife, the shape preferred weapon of choice, which has a 20% chance to inflict bleeding. Ability 1. Stab. The shape uses his knife to stab his victims, stunning them. Deals 10 damage plus bleeding. Ability 2. Toss. When attacking, the shape can throw his victims into the air, dealing 10 damage. This grounds the target for 5 seconds while temporarily voiding damage. Ability 3. Choke. The shape uses his incredible strength to strangle his victims, staggering them in the process. Deals 10 damage over 5 seconds. You are not invincible to any projectiles while choking, but you are immune to melee-based attacks. Ability 4. Exhaustion. The shape uses his cold stare to exhaust his target, decreasing their stamina. Deals 10 damage, grounding the target for 5 seconds. Ability 5. Obsession. The shape obsesses over one target, focusing on them when stalking. This lasts for 5 minutes. The obsession also takes more damage from attacks, except from his special and choke, but can't be changed until the 5 minutes are over. Michael's utility is Stalk. When stalking, the shape's Sinistry slowly increases over time, allowing him to increase his capabilities and find hiding victims. Michael's special is the Boogeyman. The shape seemingly vanishes, reappearing elsewhere, ready to slaughter his victim. Deals 90 damage plus bleeding. You are no longer invincible while performing this special. Michael's specialization key is the chase. The shape's iconic theme accompanies him as he chases down his victims. Jason the Unkillable is a tier 5 with a defensive extreme. His alignment is to the dark, and his class is Juggernaut, where you ram into opponents, voiding damage and knocking them back. He has Strength 5, Speed 1 when sprinting, Jump Boost 2, Fortitude 6, Regeneration 2, Stealth, Pain Resistance, Brute 1, where you increase the amount of durability you do per hit by the magnitude, Enhanced Swimming, where you can swim faster than normal when sprinting, Hunger Negation, where you negate the need to eat, Terror 20, and Sinistry. Like Michael, his username will vanish from the distance. He is also immune to poison. Jason's equipped is his machete. Jason's preferred weapon of choice, which has a 20% chance to cause bleeding. It can be thrown by right-clicking every 10 seconds, which deals 20 damage. Ability 1, Stab. Ability 2, Backhand. Jason knocks his victims to the side, dealing 20 damage while grounding them for 5 seconds. You must hit the target within 10 seconds of activation. Ability 3, Choke. Ability 4, Cripple. Jason ruthlessly lifts his victim into the air, pummeling them repeatedly. This staggers and disorients them for 5 seconds, dealing 10 damage in total. Ability 5, Teleport. Jason seemingly teleports a short distance away, decreasing the gap between him and his target. Jason's utility is Stalk. Jason's special is Unkillable. Jason restores 10 durability and heals himself, all becoming invulnerable for 10 seconds. The Nightmare, aka Freddy Krueger, is a tier 6 with a defensive extreme. His alignment is to the dark. His class is Marauder, where you lunge forward, slashing at the pursuing victim. Deals 5 to 10 damage while avoiding incoming attacks. He has Strength 2, Speed 1 when sprinting, Jump Boost 2, Fortitude 10, Terror 10, but increases to 50 when in the Dream World. Sinistry 1, but increases to 2 when in the Dream World, and Nightmare meters 100. Wounding 1, where you randomly cause bleeding per magnitude of wounding when attacking foes. Freddy is also a Dream Demon. Being a Dream Demon, Freddy has mastery over the Dream World and is able to manipulate people's dreams, bringing forth their worst nightmares. While in the Dream World, Freddy gains new abilities but has to maintain his Nightmare meter or else he'll grow weaker, no longer remembered and feared by others. As the Nightmare meter increases, new manifestations are unlocked, boosting his power. The longer a player or villager is near Freddy in the Dream World, the more powerful he becomes as it fills up. The more players in the Dream World, the faster it fills. While the meter is at 100, he will slowly gain any lost Dream World power from when he was last attacked. With less than 2 players in the Dream World, he has a 10% reduction to damage. With 2 or more people, this increases to 25. However, if pulled out of the Dream World, usually by constantly being attacked, he loses this entirely, like most of his powers. He also has Regeneration 2, but increases to 3 if the Nightmare meter is 75 or above, and increases to 5 if at 100. Fire Resistance 2, which allows him to resist fire and lava. Ice Resistance, which makes him immune to being frozen, and Hunger Negation. He's immune to fall damage, but when in the Dream World, he gains immunity to poison, nausea, hunger, fatigue, wither, weakness, instant damage, radiation, suffocation, distortion. And he is no longer immune to all projectiles anymore. In the Dream World, Freddy can also see entities' vitals with his bitch meter. If you want to turn sensor mode off, go into the config of Legends. Freddy's utility is pull in Dream World. Freddy selects one victim to pull into the Dream World, temporarily slowing them down as they enter. With each victim pulled, he gains 20 points towards his Nightmare meter, unlocking new attacks as their fear empowers him. The same victim can't be harvested once they are in the Dream World. This only works on players and humanoids. You could not pull another Freddy into the dream world. Ability 5. Select Manifestation. Open up Freddy's weapon wheel, able to quickly select manifestations. Alternatively, you can use the number pad method. Ability 1. Use Manifestation. Freddy activates the selected manifestation to terrorize victims. The first one being Daddy Long Arms. Extend your arms out, dealing 10 damage and staggering everyone nearby. The second one being Overdose, where you inject artificial drugs into the target, causing them to hallucinate. This staggers the opponent, dealing 10 damage over time. The third one being Prime Time, where you electrocute the target, staggering and stunning them in place as they are blinded with a static TV screen. Deals around 4 damage. Ability 2. Nightmare Push. Use the power of fear in the dream world to knock back targets, dealing 5 damage. Ability 3. Nightmare Pull. Freddy utilizes his powers to bring targets towards him, deals 10 damage. Ability 4. Dream Shift. While in the dream world, Freddy can teleport through with ease. Grants vulnerability as he evades attacks. Freddy's equipped is Puppeteer. Krueger harnesses the power of the dream world and projects himself as a large puppeteer. His victims now nothing more than puppets on a string. Right-click to send out a plethora of strings, attaching them to nearby victims. Once hooked, it passively deals around 20 damage. During this state, Freddy is immune to damage. Freddy's specialization key is Phase. When in the dream world, Freddy can phase through solid objects. Grants a vulnerability to attacks not electric, ice, sound, psychic, or blood force based for half a second. Right-click toggles off. Freddy's special is Nightmare. Freddy manifests his victims' worst nightmares, causing a severe migraine to all those within the area. Deals 80 damage, causing nausea and slowness, while also staggering opponents for 5 seconds. This increases the nightmare meter by 10 and is one of the only moves that can go through walls. Freddy's armor key is Shades. Freddy puts his shades on so he can watch as he roasts his opponents. The Cannibal, aka Leatherface, is a tier 3 at the defensive medium. His alignment is to the dark and his class is Marauder. He has Strength 2, Speed 2 when sprinting, Jump Boost 1, Fortitude 5, Pain Resistance, Terror 20, and Sinistry 1. Leatherface's equipped key is Weapons. Equip your chainsaw and sledgehammer. Right-click turns the chainsaw on and off, and the chainsaw is an AoE which inflicts bleeding, while the sledgehammer inflicts nausea and slowness. Ability 1. Toggle Saw Mode. Switch between Attack and Harvest Mode. Attack mode is used for offense, while Harvest Mode allows you to harvest resources faster. Ability 2. Wall Break. While in a hot pursuit, Leatherface can smash through walls, dealing 10 damage and grounding targets for 5 seconds. Ability 3. Butcher. Leatherface ferociously swings his sledgehammer around, injuring anyone nearby, dealing 10 damage over 5 seconds, staggering and disorienting victims. Ability 4. Block. Block attacks, reducing damage by 75%. Ability 5. Spinning Saw. Leatherface spins around his chainsaw wildly, dealing 5 damage to everyone nearby. Leatherface's utility is Gut Slice. Leatherface revs up his chainsaw and impales his victim, staggering them in the process. Deals 10 damage. Leatherface's special is Massacre. Leatherface wildly swings his chainsaw around, severely injuring anyone nearby. Deals around 80 damage, staggering victims. The Killer Doll, aka Chucky, is a tier 3 with a defensive low. His alignment is to the dark, and his class is Marauder. He has Strength 1, Speed 2 when sprinting, Acrobatics 2, Fortitude 5, Terror 5, and Sinistry 1. Chucky's equipped is his knife, which is Chucky's preferred weapon of choice that has a 4% chance to inflict bleeding. Ability 1, Stab. Ability 2, Fury. Chucky furiously swipes at his opponent, causing them to bleed. Deals around 20 damage over time. Ability 3, Choke. But his choke does 4 damage over 2 seconds. Ability 4, Bite. In an attempt to overwhelm his opponent, Chucky bites them, dealing 8 damage in total. Ability 5, Block. Chucky's utility is Mount. Chucky uses his small stature to jump on the back of his target, able to attack them for 10 seconds. Chucky's special is Voodoo. Through the use of mystic arts, Chucky uses the voodoo doll to injure his subjects. With the doll equipped, the target is highlighted red. Upon right-clicking, they will automatically take 80 damage. With the doll out, Chucky is given a slowness debuff until he gets rid of it or uses it. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, consider subscribing for more content like this. Hoorah and epicness of awesomeness.